Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona. Welcome back if you're practicing with me again. Today's practice is a 20-minute Vinyasa flow class. It's a compact pick-me-up flow from the Energise series of classes, and I'm here on the beautiful island of Koh Tao in Thailand to share my view. You won't need any props for this practice, and if you are enjoying the classes and you'd like to support me creating and posting each week, I'm on Patreon. All the details are in the description below. Thanks so much for joining me. Enjoy the view. Namaste. And begin your practice in a child's pose, Balasana, at the back of your mat. Taking your knees wide so your chest can fall between your thighs. Resting onto your forearms, your forehead, the tip of your nose. Start by softening and merging with the floor beneath you, feeling your mat carrying the weight of your body. Taking a few longer exhales or sighs, and let these first few breaths be your invitation to connect, to land softly in your body and empty the weight of your thoughts. Taking the next 20 minutes of class to practice being present. Deepening your breath now, breathing intentionally. On your next inhale, glide up onto all fours. Stack your knees now under the hips, hands under your shoulders. Balancing here, reach your right arm forward and your left leg back. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, return back to child's pose. Alternating sides, inhale lifting, sending your left arm forward, your right leg back. Hold for a breath. And then exhale, child's pose, buttocks to your heels. Adding on an inhale, coming up, right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale now, bring your elbow and knee to touch, curl in. Inhale, reach and extend. And then return to your child's pose. Inhale, coming up, left arm forward, right leg back. Exhale, elbow to knee and touch. Breathe in, extend. And exhale, child's pose. One more round, adding to our flow. Inhale, right arm forward, left leg back, balance. Exhale, elbow to knee and touch. Inhale, reach away and pause. Then place your right hand to the mat. Keep the left leg lifting. Inhale here. Exhale, low push up, chest forward and lower. Inhale, high push up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, coming up, left arm forward, kick your right leg back. Exhale, curl in. Breathe in, extend. Exhale, left hand to your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. And this time, right knee to the floor. Tuck your toes and transition into downward facing dog. Push your hands down and away to lengthen through your arms, your side waist. Then bend both knees and elevate your hips a little higher, elongating your spine. Gently lowering your heels or pedaling your heels, breathing on purpose. An even equal amount of inhale, an even equal amount of exhale. 2 more breaths here. As you exhale, bend your knees, send your gaze forward and walk lightly to the top of your mat. Place your feet hips width apart. Take a generous bend in your knees and fold over your legs, holding opposite elbows. Point the crown of your head down toward the floor. Feeling for a gentle stretch into the back of your legs as you move your weight a little more forward toward your toes. As you linger, consciously start to activate through your feet without moving them. Act like you're drawing your feet down and then away from one another out to the sides. Waking up the legs, the outer hips, and becoming more alert in your body. Release your arms. Place a deeper bend in your knees. And then just slowly roll up to stand. Reach and extend your arms overhead, grow long. And then exhale, guide your hands to prayer at your heart center. Moving through 2 half sun salutes to warm up and open with some whole body movement. Breathing in, sweep your arms overhead, join your palms. Exhale, softly bend your knees and fold over your legs. Breathing in, lift up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to prayer. Again, breathe your arms overhead, gaze up, grow long. Forward fold on your exhale. Inhale, open your heart forward. Exhale and refold over the legs. Rise to stand with your in-breath. Exhale, a moment of pause, Tadasana. Inhale now, circle your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot back for warrior one. Ground and weave your right heel into the mat, rising up, arms overhead. Taking up the right and left lanes with your feet, keeping your right leg strong and weighted. Then lunge a little deeper into your left thigh. Hold your lower body steady. Reach your arms forward. Turn your palms to face out and cross your wrists, right hand over your left. Actively press your palms together so you feel an engagement all the way up your arms to your shoulders. And now start to raise your arms overhead, pausing anywhere between here and overhead when you find your comfortable range. Focus on widening the space between your shoulder blades through the press of your hands. Release and swim your arms behind your back now. Catch opposite elbows or take reverse namaste. On an inhale, straighten your left leg, firm your feet, level your hips. And then exhale, fold halfway forward for pyramid pose. Take another breath in, lengthen your spine. And then fold toward your left leg. Just pause when you find your edge. Turn your right waist forward. Gently draw the left hip back in space. 2 more breaths, full and clear. On your inhale, release your arms, return to warrior one just for a beat, rebend your left knee. And then exhale, lizard pose, hands to the floor inside your left foot. Pivot your right heel up, maybe shuffle the right toes back in space, soften your right knee to the floor. Pausing here on your hands or your forearms. One of the ways to encourage our energy to flow more fluidly is simply to direct your attention, becoming more deliberate, focused as you practice, so your attention doesn't have a chance to scatter or leak energy. Notice here if you can infuse a little bit more engagement into the legs, actively scissoring them toward each other, and then hug your left knee to your upper left arm. So without really moving in the pose, you can bring more attention, engagement into how you're practicing it. Just focusing your mind on what you're doing, more present in your body and out of your head. From here, walk up onto the fingertips and work towards straightening your left leg for the half splits on this diagonal. Your hands can settle under your shoulders. And again, rather than just hanging out in the pose, really dig your left heel down into the mat and then act like you're dragging it back. And just feel how your left hamstrings start to engage. Now find more space across your chest, opening your posture, and then attuning to the quality of your breath. Lunging forward now, reframe your left foot with your hands. Raise your arms overhead, low lunge. And then on your exhale, pray your hands and we'll take a twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to your outer left knee. Keep the legs engaged and scissoring. Feel where your palms meet. And if you're feeling comfortable here, tuck your right toes, raise your right knee. On your next exhale, release your hands to the floor, walk a quarter turn to your right, coming into Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a wide stance, angle your heels out, toes in, come up onto the fingertips, lengthen your chest forward, and then fold between your wide legs. Inviting your upper body to relax, supported by your legs. Feet pressing down and apart here, thighs engaged. Your energy flows where your attention goes, just staying present to each breath. Next breath in, lift and lengthen your spine forward. And then turn and face the back of your mat. Sit up for warrior one on your right. Staggering your feet. As you're ready, rise on your inhale and settle in. Few breaths. Left waist turns forward. Right hip pulls back. And then lunging only as far as you maintain comfort in your low back. Finding an easeful, stable shape in your body. Reach your arms forward now. Turn your palms out. Cross your left hand over your right. Press your palms. And then slowly raise your arms any amount toward overhead. Your feet anchored, your legs engaged. Feeling for a levity through your low back. Release and swim your arms behind your back now. Catch opposite elbows or slide your hands to prayer along the length of your spine. On an inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, fold halfway forward, transitioning into pyramid. Take another breath, lengthen your spine forward, open your chest. Exhale and fold toward the midline of your right leg. On your inhale, press down through your front foot, release, return to warrior one, just for a breath, rebend the right knee. And then hands to the floor, moving into lizard pose. Step your right foot into the right lane, left knee to the floor, hands on the inside of your right foot. Finding that engagement and focus in your lower body, taking care not to force or go too deep. Your body always responds better with a lighter touch, and it's more sustainable. Two more steady breaths. Moving into the half splits, Ardha Hanuman, walking your hands back, straightening into your right leg, digging your heel down, dragging it back, taking slow, even breaths. Lunging forward, reframe your right foot, raise your arms overhead, low lunge, and then pray your hands and twist to your right. Option to raise your left knee if you're feeling steady. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release from your twist, walk a quarter turn around to your left. This time, rest your fingers under your shoulders. Bend into your left knee, straighten your right leg, side lunge. Then go up and over to your right, straightening your left leg. Go side to side once more with your breath. Turn and face the top of your mat, and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward to a plank pose. Exhale, Vinyasa, lower to the floor. Inhale now, cobra pose, keep it low, slow. And downward facing dog on your exhale. 3 to 5 steady breaths. And we'll come into dolphin pose, lower down onto your forearms. And you could interlace your fingers here or forearms parallel with one another. Walk your feet in a little, invite your head to relax. Send your gaze back between your knees. Actively by pressing your forearms down and away, you'll have more upward energy through the body. Pose will feel a little lighter. Maintaining a steady breathe. Now step your feet back, come into a forearm plank. Keeping that buoyancy in your shape, recruiting your leg muscles, front of the hips, thighs, abs. Pressing down through your forearms to equalize your effort, stay lifted. 2 more breaths. As you feel yourself breathe out, release and melt down onto your belly. And we'll move through a locust flow. Bring your arms alongside your body, palms face down. And we'll flow in and out with our breath. As you feel yourself breathe in, lift, chest, thighs, arms. And then melt down toward the floor. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and melt. Last one here, lift and hold. Either stay here or, if it's available, interlace your fingers behind your back. Place a little bend in the knees and then draw the inner seams of your legs together so your toes touch. Take one more breath in, lift, and release. Pressing back into a child's pose, buttocks to your heels. Inviting your low back to decompress. And then take the next few breaths to ease your way up. Grab your folded blanket and any additional layers you may wish to have with you. Come to recline down on your back. We'll use the folded blanket here under your buttocks. Positioning it now, and then gather your knees in toward your chest. Let your low back pour into the pillow of your blanket. It should feel nice. Keep your right knee hugging in. Extend your left leg out long and rest your left heel to the mat, toes flexed. Lengthening into the front of your hip with the help of the blanket. A little bit of elevation. And change sides. Left knee in, right leg out long. Practicing long, slow, deliberate exhales now. And from here, you may wish to either conclude the active part of your practice with your legs up, supported by the blanket, or slip the blanket out and make your way into a happy baby pose. Take 5 breaths in your preferred shape. And as you're ready, release and relax now into Savasana. If you know you have a little bit more time, please pause this class and enjoy a longer Savasana. Thanks for joining me. If you're time crunched, rest back and I'll guide you back in just another minute. And transitioning back, breathing yourself more awake and alert, perhaps stretching your arms overhead, give your whole body a stretch out. And then bend your knees, take your feet to the floor, roll out to your right side. Pause for a few moments, let your eyes open and adjust to the light around you. And ease your way back up to sit. Thanks so much for joining me for this quick flow here in Thailand. I hope you feel a nice, energizing buzz as you move through the rest of your day. Namaste.